What is up, guys? Welcome to yet another video. My name is Alex Rodríguez, and today I'm gonna be using this as a guide because I want to be talking to you about the places or the countries that we can travel as Cubans without visa. This is very important because there are some of you who've been asking me, hey Alex, can you travel? Can you go out of Cuba? Which are the countries that you can get access to without visa? So we're going to be diving into that in today's video. First, let me talk to you about the places where Cubans are mostly going for business and why are people traveling out of the country. So let's dive in. Guys, the countries that most of the Cubans go are Mexico, Panama, and Guyana. Guyana is no longer available, and I'm going to explain you later why, but Panama and Mexico mainly for business. For business, what I mean is when I went to Panama was to do exactly the same. Let me explain you how it works. Cubans go to Panama or Mexico to buy some merchandise and some supplements like, I don't know, soaps, like clothing, this kind of stuff, and then we import this to Cuba and we used to resell this for a high price because it was cheaper in Panama or Mexico and Guyana as well. But right now it's almost impossible because we have this USD situation right here. Right now, the only places that people can go without visa are these following countries. Country number one is Granada, and we can only visit Granada for 90 days. Country number two, Guyana, but Guyana is only available right now for diplomatic passport. Number three, Dominica, only 28 days. San Cristobal and Nieves, or San Cristobal y Nieves, for 30 days. Santa Lucia, 42 days. Russia, 30 days. And I think that Russia is a good country for people who wants to import some cars, how do you say, car parts or car, I think it's car parts. Because in Cuba we have the Lada. And the Lada is one of the, let's say that we call in Cuba the Lada as the Cuban car. So there are too many people who need this part of parts of the car. So people go to Russia, and it's expensive because Russia is far away from Cuba. So we have to pay a lot of money for the passport to stay there. But we're going to be diving into that later. Belarusia is number 7, and we can only stay there for 30 days as well as Russia. Number 8 is Serbia for 30 days as well. Number 9 is Indonesia, but Indonesia is only available for diplomatic passports. Laos, 30 days. Malaysia, 30 days. Mongolia, 30 days. Kyrgyzstan, Guinea-Bissau, Namibia, 90 days. Fiji, 90 days. And there are others, but there are few places that we don't want to go. Like, for example, I think that we can go to Dubai. Yeah, I think that we can go to Dubai right now, but it's pretty expensive. Only by going one way would be maybe $1,000, maybe $1,050. So imagine visiting Dubai, Cuban. If you have seen my videos, if you have watched my videos, you know that living in Cuba is not that easy. So making a living is not that easy either. Imagine that you're working in Cuba to make some good money, then you spend all that money visiting Dubai, Russia, these kind of places. It's extremely expensive, so I don't know who can go to Dubai from Cuba. I can't. If you invite me, so I can go there. Maybe in the future. Let's say how the channel goes. So let me explain you guys how this business works. As I mentioned it, Cubans go to Mexico, Panama, Russia, Guyana, these kind of places to buy and import things to Cuba. In my case, when I went to Panama, the things that I have to buy to import was my motorcycle, a freezer, and this kind of easy things that we couldn't find in Cuba easily. Right now it's a little bit easy because the government has implemented these MLS stores, so you can find the same car pieces, motorcycles, freezers, or air conditioning, splits, this kind of stuff right here in Cuba. Is almost the same price. Some are even cheaper, so but well, there's some other people who visited this place only for tourism, and that's okay. There's so many Cubans who haven't been outside of Cuba, so they don't have any clue about what the word is. Let me know all the questions you may have about Cuba, about the Cubans, and later on I'm gonna make a Q&A video so we can talk about this, because I know that you may have a lot of questions about the Cuban people, the Cuban lifestyle, whatever. But so far, these are the only countries that we can travel. As I mentioned there are some others, but nobody wants to go to these places because they're expensive and this kind of problems. But now let me talk to you guys about how expensive it could be or how difficult it would be to visit the places like Canada, like the US, like Mexico, and this kind of places where normally Cuban people have family, for example, or even Europe. If you're watching this from Europe, great day. So let's just start by talking about Mexico, for example. One of the requirements Mexico asks for the Cuban people is having 2,000 USD at the bank, or the equivalent could be in CUP. But guys, let's be honest, 2,000 USD in Cuba is a lot of money. So it's almost impossible to be working to be saving that amount of money. But that's not the only one. You need to have a property, you need to have a car, you need to prove that you're staying in Cuba. I mean, you're traveling to Mexico or Canada in this case, for example, and you're gonna stay there for a while, maybe a week, maybe 15 days, and you have money enough to spend there, and you have money enough to come back. What I mean by this is that you don't need to stay there, or you're not gonna stay there for longer. That's it. Now, for the Cubans who want to visit the United States, this is even harder. Why? Because, you know, the embargo, we have a lot of family there, and there's so many people who have been in the US embassy right here, and they've been declined when it comes to asking for visa. There are others who hopefully they've gotten the visa, so there's so many Cubans traveling, going and coming back from the US. So far, it's super complicated getting the visa from Cuba because the Cubans, guys, the truth is that we are possible immigrants. So nobody wants to give us a visa. That's why we try to go to these places. And then there's so many people who take approach of this. So let's say that they have a visa from Panama, and then there are some people who travel to Russia, Guyana, and this kind of stuff. So they have more visas on the passport. So that's great because once let's say you want to apply to visit the US or Canada or Mexico, they're gonna see that you've been traveling for a while, so you're not gonna stay there for a longer period of time. Yeah, it's pretty difficult, but at the same time, guys, you know, Cuba is Cuba, and there's so many people who wants to visit Cuba, so sometimes we don't need to travel to know. I was working as a tour guide. I've heard so many stories about Canada, about Mexico, about so many countries. Even Romania, Russia, there are so many people who love Cuba, and they say, let me know in the comments below if you're one of this, that the life out there is so different. That, you know, you don't have to work that much. Well, it really depends. I think that everybody have a different perspective of life. Of course, that maybe we can, you know, apply for some courses or maybe to be an employee for some companies. But for example, let's talk about Canada. There's so many Cubans who wants to travel to Canada for work. I think it's not that easy. There's something called express entry that you need to have a CV, a good CV. You need to speak English fluently. You have to speak French as well. You need to have a lot of money because it's expensive. You need to prove that you have money to spend there, and you know, they ask for a lot of requirements that not a lot of Cubans have. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this? And if you follow me on Instagram, go and check the last post. You're gonna love it. If you haven't so far, follow me right here. I'm currently in. My name is Alex Rodríguez. Thank you so much, and see you guys in the next vlog. That's it. Love you. It was great having you here, and see all your smiling faces. Bye bye. Love you guys. Great. Now you might be thinking, Alex, why are you using a hat? Because